What's up guys, DuArktik here with a Marvel Mystic Mayhem video. This might be the first or the second video that we do about Marvel Mystic Mayhem. And we're gonna talk about the release of this game. This is a different type of game compared to Marvel Strike Force. It's still a Hero Collector game, it's still an RPG. The difference is that instead of being turn-based, it is action-based. Some games like maybe I've seen Dragon Hair was very popular last year. It's going to be at the same level, but in my opinion is a little bit more engaging and it has a decent amount of depth when it comes to PvE content, right? In getting up your characters and the RPG elements. Now, it's a game with a different type of style. It's a cel shader game and it's going to play mostly with hero Marvel characters. Some people thought that because it's Mystic Mayhem, people thought that there was not going to be like mutants or tech characters or stuff like that. It's not going to be the case. The roster is going to be wide. Is it going to contain villains? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to give you what I know about the game, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tell you when it's the soft launch and what you have to do to get into the soft launch, as I think that's going to be very important. If you want to start with 1 week early, the soft launch is just 1 week early, so keep that in mind. With that said, if you want to see more Marvel Mystic Mayhem content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Mystic Mayhem, and every now and then Rachel Legends as well, until I have this dedicated channel for Raid. But yeah, let's talk about Marvel Mystic Mayhem. I'm very excited about this game. I played for the two beta opportunities that we had, the two closed betas, and the game was a lot of fun. I'm going to be very honest about it. At the beginning, it's a little bit slow. At the beginning, you are not going to take a lot of actions, but when you get to the mid game and when you get to the end game, it's going to be much faster, much action based, right? Instead of waiting for the ultimate and that's it, no, you're gonna do spamming abilities all the time, and you have a lot of skill shots. So that's the problem with games like Dragon Air and so on, is that you just have to press the ultimates and that's it. In Marvel Mystic Mayhem, no, you actually have to use the mechanics of the characters, and a lot of them are skill shots. And that makes the gameplay way better. In my opinion, I was really surprised by the gameplay and strongly recommend you to check it out. Once again, it's not a turn-based RPG, it's an action-based RPG, so keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the game modes, it had some decent game modes. It had a challenge like chain, I would even call it a tower. It had like a tower mode with insane challenges. It was really difficult, around level 50 to level 60. The rewards are pretty solid, and it's going to require you to be knowledgeable of what you're doing and making sure that your characters have right abilities. This game, in terms of abilities, you have normal abilities, then you have the abilities that you get when you acquire multiple copies of the same character. So if you have multiple Hulks, that's going to be able to activate the different passives that he has on his profile. And you also have artifacts. The artifacts are also very important because depending on the allies you have, or depending on the range of the characters, you're going to get different buffs. So if you have characters close to you, you're going to be able to heal him up or give them more damage. If you use your ultimates, you're going to do more damage. And based on those artifacts, this is going to be game changer as well. You have to adapt your artifacts depending on the situation. And from the closed beta experience, it was mostly free. The resources that you put on your characters, you can remove all those resources, bring them back to level 1, and use those resources to apply on other characters. This gives you an insane amount of flexibility, because if you try out Black Knight, which is a character I did not like, if you invest on him and you feel like he's not worth your time, then you can pull all those resources off and invest instead on Armor, or on Hulk, or Juggernaut, whichever of the characters you prefer. Now, speaking of characters, this is a gacha game. You can obtain characters for free, you can obtain keys for free that you can use to summon, but this is a gacha game. This is a game that will have rates of pulling and the guaranteed characters will be mostly on events. With that said, even if you don't pull characters, for example, Emma Frost and Thor, I was not able to pull Thor, but there is a friend system, and the friend system will allow you to use Thor, for example, in specific game modes. It's not in all game modes, but in specific game modes, you can use your friend's Thor to help you out. And yes, it will include all the artifacts, all the copies, extra copies that it has, and all the other things that your friend has, or your alliance friend, because this game also has an alliance system, and the alliance system does not interfere on your gameplay. If you don't want to log in every day, if you want to log in every 2 days, that's fine, no problem there. But if you log in every day, you can send energy and other resources to your friends, and your friends to you. So it's helpful, but it's not like a must-have like you have in Marvel Strike Force, which is very disruptive. If you want to miss 1 day, it's a huge problem for your entire alliance. It's not the case. In terms of pricing, how it is compared to Marvel Strike Force, how it is compared to other mobile games, the pricing is fairly decent. I would say that it's definitely cheaper when it comes to battle passes and summons compared to Marvel Strike Force. You can obtain characters for $20 around that, while in Marvel Strike Force, most of the time the characters are going to be $50, which is painful. Compared to other games that are also gacha, like Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, it's much cheaper. Dokkan Battle, if you are not lucky, it might cost you $200 or so to pull the latest character. In this game, it seems like less, and especially because from the start you have a PT system. The PT system will fill up, and then you have pretty much guaranteed that you're gonna summon the character you are looking for. At least very high chance from my experience. Speaking of summons, speaking of PTs, let's talk about the rarity of the characters. From my experience, there are 3 types of rarities. You have blue characters, you have epic characters, purple, and you have legendary characters. The difference between those characters is that blue and purple, they come at 2 stars, and the legendary characters, they come at 3 stars. I think that's the main difference. I don't remember any other difference. And in regards to the copies, when you get copies for your legendary characters, you only need 1 copy to activate extra abilities, while the other ones require 4 copies or something. But you can obtain those copies very easily, it's not a big deal at all. Let's talk about the characters that you can expect on Marvel Mystic Mayhem. You can see already some of them. You have Angela, Spider-Man. This is the Sentry, this is not Magneto. I thought it was Magneto, no. It's a version of the Sentry that absorbs the Void into itself, which makes no sense, but okay. We have Emma Frost, we have Moon Knight, we have Hulk, but if you go to their Facebook page, you can see other characters as well. Here on the Marvel Mystic Mayhem page, you can see the different characters that they have introduced. We're gonna take a look at the photos. Dream Queen, this is one of the enemies that you face. Not a playable character. Emma Frost, yes, definitely a playable character. Other characters that maybe in the future might be playable is Captain America. He was in the files of the game, but he was not available for us to play on the beta playtest. There was also Namor, but I think Namor was a villain, so we might not be able to play with him, at least for now, unless they introduce villains in the game. I'm not sure how's that gonna go. Emma Frost, as you can expect, she looks the way it is. The graphics, like I said, it's some sort of cell shader. It's okay. Then we have Echo, not the most popular Marvel character anyway. Is she gonna be a playable character? I have no idea. She was not playable, and as you guys can see, they did not introduce a kit for her like they did with Emma Frost. Hulk was playable, Man-Thing was playable, Lady Bullseye, Psylocke, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch was very strong, and early on you had the offer for her, which was like $10 or so. The first offer for her was quite cheap. Not every character is going to be like that, keep that in mind. Doctor Strange is support character, buffs to other characters, is fine. And we have a countdown for how many players sign in for the launch. The more rewards you're going to get, hopefully you can reach the 5 million, because those 10 keys, 10 or 20 keys, I don't know, I think it's 10 keys, those are very good. Those are the ones that you need for summons, and those are going to be very important. You also have Falcon. I did not enjoy the kit of Falcon. I think it was kind of mid. I think Moon Knight has a much better kit. Hulk, and that's it. Sentry. Okay, like I said, this version of the Sentry, it was not playable. We still don't know anything about his kit. They also have a Thor. Can we see Thor here? No, Thor is not here. Sleepwalker, this is another character. He's okay. I'm not a big fan of him. And that's pretty much it. Dream Sand, Samtoon, this is your home base. This is a game mode. This is different things. Dream Queen, like I said, it's a villain that you face. The Thread is other villain that you face. Nightmare is another villain that you face. And they don't mention here, but you also face as a villain Morgan Le Fay. Is she a playable character in the future? I don't know, probably not. But that's the information that we have for now. Again, like the game is going to be released now. It has a decent amount of content. If you're gonna play every day, you probably have like 1 or 2 months of content. After that, we have to wait and see. Is the content going to be just based on releasing new characters? I hope not, because if that's gonna be the case, then the amount of content or how much you can play is gonna be somewhat limited. So let's keep that in mind. In terms of other things, once again, the pre-register, make sure you do that so we can reach the 5 million registers. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Storm, Doctor Strange, Emma Frost, Juggernaut, those are different characters that are considered legendary. Those are the orange characters that you're gonna be able to obtain. And overall, they have better kits, better stats, better mechanics, and more skill shots. That's the thing. Sometimes that variates. You have stronger skill shots and stronger multipliers compared to other characters. I tried to summon Thor. I was not able to obtain him, but I was able to obtain everyone else except Emma Frost. Emma Frost was not released during the beta. Storm, she's one of these legendary characters. She's amazing for AoE damage, and you should be able to obtain her for free for playing for the first 7 days. I think if you miss one of those days, after you cannot obtain her, so you have to make sure that at least for the first 7 days you are paying attention to the game. You just have to do like normal missions and so on. It's not going to be a big deal. Now let's talk about the soft launch. The soft launch, it was very hard to find this information. We had this kind of AI ChatGPT nonsense. The launch is going to be on June 25. I could not find the information I found before. But the soft launch is going to be on the 18th. Yes, 18th of June, that's going to be the soft launch. And it's going to be only on the Philippines from what I understood. From what I understood, only Philippines and 18th of June. So if you want to get a 1 week head start, you definitely want to make sure you have a VPN. Put your location for the Philippines. Make sure you have an IP from the Philippines. Log in into your Google account, Google Play with it. And then you download the Marvel Mystic Mayhem and you should be able to log in. Now, when you log in into the game, you also need to be connected through the VPN. Otherwise, it will say that the game is not available in your area. So not only you have to download the game through the VPN, but you also have to play it through the VPN. This is not a big problem for you unless you live in some country that does not allow to use VPNs, like North Korea or something like that. But overall, if you want to get a head start, that's the way to go. Does it really matter? Does it really matter to get a head start on Marvel Mystic Mayhem? In my opinion, not really, because the PvP elements that you have, they are not a big deal. There are a few competitions that you'll get more rewards if you are with a level advantage, of course. Like, for example, one of the Dream Sand or whatever we saw before. When you face those big bosses that you have in Marvel Mystic Mayhem. But like I said, it has an impact for the first week, but it will dilute very fast after that. And the head start you get early on, it will be capped by how much XP you can get daily. So unless you're going to spend rivers of money, the soft launch will be great, but it's not going to be game breaking by any means. So keep that in mind. Like I said, in terms of PvP, we are not very aware of plans for future PvP game modes. Hopefully we'll have some more information within the first 3 months or 6 months of the game. But the ones we had on the beta, they were not like super great. So we'll see if we have some improvements in that regard. So yeah guys, that's all about Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Make sure you pre-register for this game. Like I said, we're going to be covering the game on the channel. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell you that it's a lot of fun. It starts a little bit slow, but it gets much better early on when you start equipping your artifacts and different abilities and so on, and when you can learn how to use your characters properly. Because yes, there is strategy, there is depth in this game, and that's going to be important in case you want to be successful or on your journey. That's going to be all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful or informative, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force and Marvel Mystic Mayhem content, and I'll catch you guys later.